likely alone with one of the victims. We're gonna go through and analyze the actual emails because they are gobsmacking.
I have spent the last 17 years in my own prison. Jeffrey and all the co-conspirators.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
Be wary. No timeline exists where Magneto yields.
Mizkif is currently experiencing one of the most destructive downfalls in Twitch history, and from everything that's come out so far, there's nothing he can realistically say or do to salvage his reputation.
I'm ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression.
Allegations from his ex-girlfriend and popular streamer Amiru include everything from mental and physical abuse to him threatening self-assassination as a form of emotional manipulation. And that's not even close to the worst things she's exposed about him.
I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be analyzing the many allegations Amiru brought up against Mizkif, all the proof people on the internet have dug up, and his questionable response to the whole situation. The situation is still developing with new details coming out every day, so hit the subscribe button to stay up to date, and let's get on with the video. For those who don't know, both Mizkif and Amiru are some of the biggest streamers on Twitch, with Amiru averaging nearly 19,000 viewers, while Miz streams to an audience of over 14,000 on the regular. It's also important to note that they lived in the same house and were part of the same organization called OTK, but until recently, the two never publicly admitted to being in a relationship with each other, though most of their fans already suspected as much, and even saw it as fairly cute and wholesome at times. However, while their relationship seemed like an open secret, no one could have expected the level of toxicity that was festering just below the surface. The bombshell dropped on October 25th, 2025, when Amiru went live with a stream titled Talking About Some Things. Fans initially assumed that she was going to talk about the TwitchCon incident that happened just a few days earlier, where a deranged fan attacked her on stage in front of everyone. Amiru, however, came prepared with a different topic in mind.
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing.
She opens by publicly acknowledging the relationship between her and Mizkif.
I ended up joining the org and everything, we did a lot of streams together, and a lot of people already know this, but I'm just going to come out and say it. We started dating, we were in a relationship starting January 2022.
While also clarifying her reasoning for why she was talking about it all now.
The first and probably most severe reason is that one of the rules that I set for myself a long time ago about withholding this information was that if I ever felt like somebody else was in danger of being hurt, I would then make myself speak about it. And 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, I was informed by 3 separate people, one of whom was present for said incident, that he had done something similar to something that he had done to me, and someone in LA at the end of September. And this person is not a streamer or content creator, but obviously that does not matter. And because of this, I cannot in good conscience sit here knowing that I know critical information about someone that almost no one else does and not say anything.
However, while wanting to save others from the same treatment she endured for years was a large part of it, it wasn't her only reason. As it turned out, Mizkif had been threatening her with a smear campaign against her ever since their relationship fell apart earlier this year. According to Amiru, he even went as far as approaching other creators who were close with the two and asked them to join his side. And when none of them agreed to slander Amiru on his behalf, he went into full supervillain mode and resorted to more direct threats.
At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me.
For Amiru, this was a step too far, forcing her to come forward with everything before Mizkif made his move and muddied the truth. And after providing the much-needed context, Amiru continued with her first allegation against Mizkif, highlighting just how controlling he was in their relationship.
It's not a secret. I think everyone who paid attention knew that he was very controlling over what I wore, to a degree, who I was friends with, and even when I would stream.
This on its own is already a major red flag for many, but as Amiru described in her stream, this was only the beginning, and it wasn't long before things escalated to the point of physical abuse.
It was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening. At the start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me, despite me telling him like I didn't like it, it scared me, and I bruise very easily. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always, you know, was like, oh, it's an accident, and I was like, oh yeah. At the time, I just kind of, you know, I just brushed it off, and looking back now, I feel like that was kind of the start of him testing my boundaries, if that makes sense.
An important thing to note here is that while Amiru brought receipts for some of the allegations, many had no other proof besides her words, which makes sense. After all, she wasn't living her life expecting to someday make evidence to defend herself publicly. Now, this would have given Mizkif a way to defend himself by labeling most of Amiru's claims as nothing more than the lies of a bitter ex. That is, until the internet took it upon themselves to prove the allegations, and the evidence they discovered against Mizkif was overwhelming to say the least. For instance, someone dug up an old screenshot of Amiru's stream as she was switching between different apps on her computer, where one of the applications showed what looked like a close-up shot of her face showing a black eye. This screenshot was taken back in May 2023, while she was still in a relationship with Mizkif. Another leaked screenshot from that time also showed her telling her friends about the black eye, writing, "I got a black eye a week or two ago and it's finally almost gone." And while there's no way to prove that this was the same incident she talked about in her recent stream, the timeline does match up. But that's not all. People discovered a tip of Mizkif getting angry and throwing stuff at Maya, who was his girlfriend before Amiru.
Well, nobody asked you to, so.
I'm not.
Look at her face. She's so uninterested. She said no.
Maya unimpressed.
Two Starbucks bags of Starbucks I got you over the past few days.
Oh my god!
That was
Throw it back. Throw it
yes, it
back.
better be. Oh my god, I would beat the shit out of him.
Revival.
As a commenter on Reddit puts it, he's going to need insane levels of receipts to clear his name from all of this. Though that might not be enough, considering everything so far is only about the first major allegation Amiru raised against him. Mizkif's behavior became a whole lot worse when he got accused of covering for his roommate and fellow streamer Crazy Slick, after he allegedly essayed another streamer named Adriana Lee. OTK hired a third party to investigate the situation, eventually exonerating Mizkif, stating that the Investigations Council did not find direct evidence that Mizkif attempted to minimize or cover up essay as alleged. And as you might imagine, many did not believe this report one bit, writing things like, "We investigated ourselves and found out nothing happened." And surprise, surprise, OTK hired a lawyer doesn't find OTK member at fault. Regardless of what the outcome of that situation was, the backlash from around the internet made Mizkif even more bitter and angry, making his treatment of Amiru even worse.
He never wanted to stream at the same time as me. Like, we really avoided it. The first time that we ever streamed at the same time was for the 2024 Rust Kingdoms event on Twitch. Like I said, you can go find all of this. This is public. There are clips of this. We're both streaming. the rest event, and I thought it was going really well. I thought everyone was having fun. I was like, oh, this is great. Everyone's, you know, doing the same thing at the same time. We're all hanging out. You know, we're gonna have fun. Like, I was really, really excited. And then I start seeing in my chat people start saying unofficial Ms. Raid, and I'm like, what does that mean? And then I check my Discord messages, and he's messaging me. He's saying like, Emmy, you know, I waited, or I'm gonna KMS, I waited so long for this, etc. Basically he was upset because I had higher viewership than him. That's literally it. I had higher viewership than him. And like I said, this is during the event.
Him getting upset over a mirror having a higher viewership might sound a bit too petty to be real, but as the people on the internet discovered, insecurity over his viewership numbers has been a running theme in Mizkif's career.
Doing sponsors.
You had 7,000 viewers when you were playing the crane game.
14,000 this morning, IRLing at the non-profit.
Okay, I didn't need to hear that.
I get upset when I see
No. Okay. No. I used to get upset. I'm not kidding you, chat. I used to legitimately get fucking pissed because I'm like, are you fucking serious? I brought this bitch into the world, and now all of a sudden she's fucking growing faster than I was.
Most people at the time assumed that he was just playing up his jealousy as a joke, when in reality, those might have been his real feelings all along. As if he puts it, people thought he was jokingly being an a-hole, but he really is just an a-hole. Veil has been lifted, and if emotionally manipulating his girlfriend by threatening to himself wasn't bad enough, he still found a way to take it even further.
He ended his stream, and then I'm still live, you know, trying to act like nothing's wrong. And in that house, I had a glass door, so I could like see this was happening. He was walking behind me. He starts walking behind my stream and slamming the door so loud that my noise gate can pick it up. So even people on my stream are able to hear this is happening. And he slams it so hard and so many times that the front door literally broke. The lock did not work anymore.
Upon hearing this, people went back to Amiru's stream from that day, and things played out exactly as she described. From him getting visibly upset by Amiru reaching higher viewership than him.
Do it, dude! We'll join the resistance! You're spelling it wrong? Yeah, my bad.
To slamming the door loud enough to startle Amiru multiple times.
Listen, why are we all acting like we haven't murdered? Like we haven't pillaged? She was coming after me!
But as bad as this was, it paled in comparison to what came afterwards.
He would, destroy furniture in front of me. He would throw things in front of me and near me. Destroy walls. Again, you can go see this in some of his VODs in his bedroom. The holes in the wall. There would be times where he was upset at me, and I would go to my stream room and literally lock myself in to get away from him. And he would be banging on the door and screaming at me. And then at home, other things would happen, like I'd be trying to sleep and he would scream at me and say that it was all my fault, that he felt insecure. There was a time that I walked into a room that he was in, and as soon as he saw me there, he threw his phone at the dresser and started yelling because I had posted a YouTube video within the same couple of days as him, and mine was doing better.
Miru also recounted another incident where he was upset over Mr. Beast collabing with another streamer and not inviting him. And instead of dealing with his emotions like a sane adult, he began driving at obscene speeds with Amiru in the passenger seat, while threatening to end everything.
We were just getting food, and he was on his phone, and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video. And Mr. Beast had invited another streamer, and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, you know, like, yeah, I guess so. Which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about
What makes this even worse is that people found an older clip of Maya describing the same behavior from one of her ex-boyfriends.
Anyway, there's something about being trapped in a car with an angry, aggro man that is like the absolute most helpless thing. Dude, I did a guy that would go like a few miles an hour on, like we would fight in the car, which was never my decision. Like it just always like happened. Like we just would like fight a lot, and I would like literally like slow down and be so scared to die, and he would not slow down.
And while Maya didn't mention Mizkif by name in this clip, given the similarities with what Emiru described, most people are certain she was talking about him. Emiru eventually found the courage to break up with him and move to her own house. A week after their breakup, Mizkif asked if he could come over and talk things out for the sake of closure. And that's when the most serious accusation Emiru brought up against Mizkif happened.
So yeah, we were just talking and I was crying a lot. He started to try to comfort me, like hugging me, I was sitting on the couch, holding me really close to him. And when this was happening, we hadn't talked in quite a while, and I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with, but I let him hold me while I was crying. And he started kissing me in my face, and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. And then, suddenly, he tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hands down my pants.
Fortunately, he did back off after the scream, but instead of apologizing or checking if Emiru was okay, he somehow made it all about himself.
And instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, "I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go." And he immediately left my house while I was still crying without checking if I was okay or anything.
Near the end of her stream, Emiru also showed the over 40 instances of him trying to contact her in the months after their breakup, trying to convince her to get back together, all while knowing full well that she didn't want anything to do with him anymore. The whole thing made him look like a creep who couldn't accept that Emiru was done with his toxicity and abuse. As her viewers noted, Miz thought maybe she'll finally reply after this 39th attempt. My god, this man is ultra creepy. She probably gets enough of that shit from the creep affair from the daily. Awful she had to experience it from the person she was supposed to be able to trust the most. This behavior is also likely why Emiru felt like she had to get a restraining order against Mizkif for her own safety.
Like I said before, people aren't stupid. I think it's pretty clear that a lot of people knew that things were happening. And like I said, you have to remember, it's not just me. A lot of people, they have their own, reasons. For the people who did know about this, thank you for being there for me through all of this and supporting me and cheering me on. And there were a lot of people as well who, even though they didn't know anything, without asking any questions, they still were very kind and supportive, and I will always remember that for the rest of my life. I also want to say, just so people know, that I'm not just trying to put this out there and then, I am already in the process of filing a restraining order on him.
By the time Emiru ended her stream, the internet had turned against Mizkif, and understandably so. And with the evidence she had shown on stream, plus everything the internet had dug up, Mizkif didn't seem to have much room left to deny anything. Many even expected him to either go dark for a long time or quit streaming altogether, but to their surprise, Mizkif was live with his response just hours after Emiru shared the allegations. What surprised people even more, however, was the way he began the stream. He didn't start with an apology or the somber tone usually associated with content creators responding to serious allegations. Instead, Mizkif began the stream with a threat to everyone else, claiming that he will go demon time and expose all the dirt he has on other creators.
Expose everything, bro? It's time to go full demon time. It's clearly obvious at this point. It's full demon time. Why not? It is time to go full demon time. Just letting you know, there is no holding back. Who cares anymore? I will expose everything about every person that you've ever known, and it is time to go full demon time.
Now, there is no way to know for sure why he felt it was necessary to declare this before talking about the allegations Emiru brought up against him, but as one viewer puts it, maybe he did so to deter creators from making any statements on the controversy, writing, "His opening sounds more like a warning for any other creator who wants to join the topic or make any statement. That said, his actual response to the allegations wasn't much better either. He started by outright denying the allegations of throwing stuff at her, claiming that he never intended to hit her with the water bottles or his phone.
She brushed over that I threw water bottles or my phone near her, but that wasn't during fights. I want to make that very clear. It would be me throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got a bruise from it, and I stopped. That's all that happened. I will throw you and show you an example, chat. I'm brushing my teeth right here. Look at me. I would throw my phone on the bed. I would just lob it over because I was going to bed. So I would just throw the phone. That's the whole thing. I didn't throw it at her. I want to make that very clear. I never threw it at her. I never hit her. And she even said in her situation that she bruises easily. She brushed over that I threw water bottles with her on my phone near her, but that wasn't during our fights. It would be throwing my phone on my bed when I brushed my teeth. She did tell me she got bruises from it, and I stopped.
With neither side offering any direct proof, this would have been a situation where it was his word against hers. That is, if the people on the internet didn't find evidence of him throwing stuff at his previous girlfriend, just as Emiru described he did to her. Not to mention the fact that he conveniently glossed over Emiru getting a black eye from one of the things he allegedly threw at her. That said, he did admit to having a lot of fights with Emiru, but also prefaced it with the excuse that the situation got so bad only because he was under a lot of stress from the SA cover-up allegations.
As this time happened, I was a massive wreck, couldn't think straight, and being that Emiru hung out with me all day, she too started to become high-strung. We would yell at each other, fight, and argue all the time.
For a second, it looked like he was going to admit his wrongdoings and take responsibility. However, immediately after that, he began talking about how Emiru neglected her pet rabbits and left them to
Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started to see disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean bedding for weeks. I, along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail.
Even showing a video of just how dirty one of her rabbit's cages was. An important thing to note here is that Emiru already knew he would bring up her rabbits to make her look like a bad person, and even mentioned it in her original stream.
At TwitchCon, he approached one of my employees, threatening them and saying if I ever talked about him, he would destroy me. Multiple people have told me that his plan was to claim that I keep animals and that I keep my own rabbits, since I had several of my rabbits pass away over the course of 3 years while I lived with them.
Streamer ITBotaco also posted a lengthy statement defending Emiru and debunking the claims Mizkif made against her in his response. But we'll get to that later. For now, even if we assume everything Mizkif said was true, her mistreating her pet rabbits doesn't nullify the accusations she made against him, including the stuff about him controlling everything about her life, from what she wore to when she streamed. Mizkif's justification for this behavior was only that he did so to keep her safe from stalkers.
In regards to being controlling, I told her many things. I told her to dress over, stop wearing pajamas, to stop talking about stalkers and kids as a whole, stop talking about past relationships, and yes, I didn't want her to travel without me. I also said that I didn't want her to hang out with specific people. This is because I didn't want her to get hurt.
Once again, even if we give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that his intentions were just as noble as he claimed, trying to control who she talked to online or IRL is still a step too far in most people's eyes. But then, Mizkif made perhaps the most odd confession of this entire response, implying that Emiru was just as violent as him. In his words, he broke doors and punched holes through walls, while Emiru threw plushies at him.
I'm ashamed that the situation got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. He would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors with bread.
The rest of his response flip-flopped between him admitting that he was in a bad mental state during their relationship.
As for what happened with me and Emily, I mentally have been troubled.
And trying to justify his actions in odd ways.
To really drive 150 miles an hour. I'm going to say this very clearly. You know me, in Austin, Texas. I drive fast everywhere. I drive fast literally everywhere.
As for the SA allegations, Mizkif had a very different retelling of what transpired that day.
We broke up for about a month, then got back together because we thought we could make it through. We went to get food at DJ's, a common place where we would get food. And then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on the stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelled, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong, or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable, me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back up.
In his version, he framed the encounter as a date of sorts, and made no mention of her crying while this was all going on. That is a small but important detail that reframes the whole situation, and without any solid evidence, we can't be 100% sure on who is telling the truth, though the general sentiment online is almost entirely in Amiru's favor. Mizkif seems to be aware of this too, saying that he'll stand up for himself since he has nothing left to lose.
To clarify, what if anything was said to her team? I said that if she goes after me, I will go meet you. And that is exactly what I said. And that's what's going to happen. If you can't mess with me, I don't have anything to lose. I'm sorry I don't. I'm going to stand up for myself in a lot of these situations. A lot of it is not true. And I don't like that she's portraying that it was me. It's a toxic relationship.
And that was the gist of his argument, that the two were equally responsible for everything bad that happened in their relationship. That is, until a few hours after the response stream ended, and people found him arguing with viewers in the offline chat. And now he had a brand new reason for his bad behavior: drugs. Stating things like, I've been in therapy for almost a year, been working on myself, and I want to continue doing so. I'm not going to go back to the place I once was. I was sick, depressed, and taking every type of drug possible to short-term fix my brain. And in doing that, I hurt myself more. I was on steroids because I thought it would fix myself. I was taking shrooms every day to fix my brain, but that destroyed me. I tried acid and that backfired. In doing that, I know I effed up so bad and hurt so many people around me. I lashed out. I was angry and out of my mind. I did take steroids that gave me insane anger issues. Which begs the question, if substance abuse was such a prominent reason behind his toxic behavior, why didn't he bring it up during his initial response? Is any of this even true, or is he just finding something else besides himself to blame for his destructive actions? Maybe we'll find out in the near future. In the meantime, people on the internet have been digging up even more clips of him mistreating Maya.
Shut up. Excuse me. Don't talk to me like that, Matthew. Sorry, Maya. No, it's not funny. Every time you do it, it bothers me. It's just me kidding around, Maya. Well, it's not funny to me. I don't think it's funny. I don't know why you say it to me all the time. Because it's funny, Maya. It's just me trolling. I don't even realize I said it.
On multiple occasions.
Oh, there he is! He's
Loser! Hey, that's third place. That's third place.
Third place. Loser. Second loser.
Matt, with that headset, you are DMing Shroud right now.
And making Amiru cry on screen. And as we briefly went over earlier, IFeebotako also put out a statement defending Amiru and debunking Mizkif's claims that she neglected her rabbits, writing, "Emily has been one of my best friends for 10 years. At first, I thought this wasn't needed, but it's insane to me to see that people are actually calling her an animal or bun killer on here the past few days and stating it as a fact. She goes way beyond for her pets, and in my view, Mizkif's claims are so easy to refute. To me, he often seems to avoid accountability. He has always come off as highly inauthentic. I personally suspect the case was recorded after she left back in early July 2024, and kept in case it could be used against her later. Seeing his decision to share the video now instead of back then, it seems to me he may have filmed and kept the video for leverage. What actually happened, to the best of my knowledge, Emily left the cage behind because she was moving out to a new house alone and took her buns with her. It made no sense for her to clean the cage that week. She was focusing on moving away from a bad environment ASAP, and she planned to buy a new one for the new place. He then went on to explain that the cage in Mizkif's photo looked extra dirty because Amiru felt no reason to clean it as she was in the process of moving out. IFeebotako also emphasized just how much Amiru cared for each one of them. When one of her rabbits passed away due to pre-existing health conditions, she immediately ended her stream and drove 3 hours to the nearest vet hospital that was still open on a Sunday, and that many of her rabbits died early because they had poor genetics, stating, a few of her original buns later on were learned to have very poor genetics due to the breeder she got them from years ago, pre-2017/2018. We didn't learn this till the buns bred later on in their lives, and we learned it over time. Emily has cared for multiple bunnies over the years. If they had any medical issue or were found to have a birth defect, she'd spend thousands of dollars to give them the best care as fast as possible. She tried to give her bunnies the fullest and longest lives possible, even when she was told it wasn't worth it financially. This was before she got into streaming too, and she is the same way now. They're not an accessory as some people try to imply on this site. It is hard to believe an animal abuse do this. With Taco's detailed statement backing Amiru and countless people with real rabbit care experience siding with him in the replies, Mizkif's argument is starting to look extremely flaky. The majority of people wouldn't be surprised if he mostly made up the animal neglect narrative as a form of blackmail against Amiru. Combine that with his shifting story about why he was so toxic in the relationship, and things aren't looking good for Mizkif. He's been ousted from OTK, and unless he's able to definitively prove that Amiru either lied or greatly exaggerated many of her serious accusations, he likely won't be accepted back into the greater streaming community anytime soon. On the other hand, if Amiru's allegations are proven to be true, Mizkif also risks getting banned from Twitch and other platforms as well. Even if he isn't banned and is allowed to continue streaming, the backlash from this controversy would follow him for the rest of his career. Whatever the outcome might be, it doesn't look like he'll be going down without a fight. As I was writing this video, he apparently filed a defamation lawsuit against Amiru and Asmongold. Though, after analyzing the contents of this lawsuit, many legal experts expect him to suffer a humiliating loss that will only further ruin his reputation. Legal Mindset, for example, posted about the case on Twitter, stating, "Mizkif is going to lose this lawsuit so hilariously. I will need to supersize my popcorn for this one. He has opened himself up to complete reputational destruction while suffering the pain of discovery and legal fees. That being said, the situation could still flip on its head depending on the evidence he's able to present in court. Only time will tell. And if you want to stay updated, make sure you subscribe and click the video on screen."
Wash our foes away!
Jack Doherty is one of the most hated YouTubers on the internet platform, and for good reason. He's a likable, annoying, and has an extremely punchable face. But I don't know about receiving every warning imaginable and coming to the entire internet against him, that Jack would be considered a being the public nuisance for views and crowds.
This has been like a really popular thing, and it's been going on for like probably 3 years now, where there's content creators that are going out of their way to be annoying and obnoxious publicly for attention. This is super, super common.
Your house? Yeah. Okay. What do you want to do? We're not here to play games. Flip a coin.
Oh.
What do you want to do?
Every time in jail,
No.
Unfortunately, it would only be a matter of time before Jack Swole anything stood up and threatened to end his entire career.
The battery and assault lawsuit.
I create weekly YouTube documentaries.
Which, by the way, I am so glad to see people like this actually have real-world accountability. Because I think the biggest issue with this is that people commit crimes for clout, and then people get mad at like the like YouTube or Kick for not banning them. Like, I don't care about that. They should be prosecuted if they're committing crimes.
Into the rapidly deteriorating career of Jack Doherty. Around 7 months ago, I uploaded a video discussing Jack's rise in notoriety and later infamy on YouTube. In a nutshell, Jack is a creator and streamer who made a name for himself by capitalizing on viral trends and lighthearted trolling content.
Yo, what is it, guys? Jack Doherty here, back with another video.
There's a bit of respect that I gotta have for any kid that's out there grinding before they hit puberty, you know? Like, I gotta respect it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going trick-or-treating today after Halloween. Yeah, I got my GoPro on my head.
Yeah, just being an annoying retard. I get this.
We're gonna tell people I'm a doctor or something for Halloween.
However, as his online career progressed, Jack would escalate his content from a few harmless pranks to extremely disorderly conduct.
This is the problem that a lot of prank content has, is that prank content lends itself to upping the ante. It's like, okay, I did something harmful and funny, now let's kill somebody, right? Not that extreme, but just like in general, that's what happens. Yeah, you're ramping.
Harassing media on screen, getting kicked out of public spaces, and shutting off the power of Walmart. Jack wanted to cause as much mayhem as possible for the sake of viewership and crowds.
The champion has fallen.
Eventually, Jack's thirst for attention pushed him to go beyond public misconduct, and he began harassing random people on the street during live streams.
And the thing is that this is completely a fault of the police. Like, Walmart should have immediately pressed charges on this person. Like, I guarantee you that Walmart could find multiple reasons to crucify somebody for going in there and shutting off their power. Fault of the parents? No, there's plenty of just stupid-ass kids that have bad parents. Or sorry, that have good parents. Yeah, it's not the parents' fault. I mean, like, this person, he's old enough to know what he's doing is wrong. That's why he's acting. That's why he's doing it. Why do you think he's doing it? He's doing it because he knows it's a bad thing to do. Let's not act like this is a 3-year-old. Yeah.
Jack's screams would only get more degenerate and outrageous. And
this should have never happened because they should have gotten with the Walmart thing. That should have absolutely been like a citation or maybe even jail time.
Hosted or attended parties of music controversial figures, like Neon, the Island Boys, Suzy Chu. Also, while controversy and outrage were the cornerstone of Jack's
This is the one that I'm actually not about because this is hip content, right? This is the trashy, primary audience is 13-year-old boys. Like, everybody knows, like, the moment that you walk into this house, you know that you just put on your clown nose.
But the war is far from over.
online persona, it didn't always work in his favor. On the 7th of January 2024, Jack received a 24-hour ban on kids after he asked a girl to expose herself on screen. Even though Jack was comfortable making a fool of himself for attention, he wouldn't allow anyone else that luxury. By the 11th of January 2024, Jack would post his copyright claim videos from YouTubers Mimulus and Carmela.
Right.
So reading AT YouTube, Jack Doherty is abusing YouTube's copyright system by claiming videos were clearly not infringing on his rights to fund revenue. With a British loser replying, he claims mine as well.
Yep.
Thankfully, Team YouTube would resolve the issue. Up until this point, Jack had hardly faced any repercussions for his deplorable attitude. However, all that was about...
As I said, though, like, there is the one commandment of YouTube, is that you do not abuse that system. That is the one commandment. He did get in trouble with the Walmart incident. Walmart filed charges against him. His attorney worked out a plea bargain with Walmart. He was 16 at the time for 500 days of going to his local park with unsalted peanuts and hard-boiled eggs.
There is no time to rest. More undead warriors will soon arrive.
As Jack received the most shocking reality check of his entire career. On the 21st of February 2024, a personal injury lawsuit would be filed against Jack and his bodyguard Justin Gosling. The document would allege the following. On October 28, 2023, plaintiff was attending a Halloween party at approximately 12:30 a.m. on the morning of October 29, 2023. Plaintiff was on the street outside the subject's premises and was talking to Doherty and Gosling. At one point in the conversation, Gosling asked Doherty, "What are we doing?" And Doherty said, "We're gonna fight. Us two versus you two. Alright, go." And gestured that he and Gosling were going to fight plaintiff and plaintiff's
Wait,
friend.
what?
Moments later, Gosling violently punched plaintiff in the face, sending him falling to the ground and causing serious physical injuries to his head, face, and neck. For a bit of additional context, the incident reference was from this viral clip that Jack posted on his Twitter.
Yo, what are you talking to, dog? I'm just saying, y'all said just walk. Then walk.
Oh, I remember seeing this.
Oh, no, stop.
What is wrong with you? Are you fucking crazy?
By the way, that dude absolutely should go to jail for punching him in the face. It's not even a question. You don't get to just punch somebody in the face. Like, yeah, it's like, what are we even talking about here?
Fucking security guard.
The size
outlining the
difference?
events that inspired.
It doesn't matter about the size difference. Like, yes, obviously he was a bigger guy, so it was easier for him to not get it beat out. But if the other dude had punched him and knocked him out, I'd say the same thing. I'd say the size difference is worse, right? Like, it looks worse. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You can't go around hitting people. Like, it's not a question. Could this be a murder? It could have, yes. That's the thing, is if you fall down like that and you crack your skull, you're dead. That's happening. It's not like a joke, like that shit can happen. And it's not because somebody's like some kind of fucking Bruce Lee, you know, like one punch man. It's just hard. You fall down, the wrong way, you hit your head, you're dead. That's it.
The lawsuit, the documents highlighted how the years of conduct incidents and resulted in similar confrontations, reading Jody has and continues to generate income due to the many views the video has received. The plaintiff gets control. Jody has history both before and after the subject incident, observing herself harassing, assaulting, and harassing members of the public.
Like, and he punches people very well.
Having a security guard step in to intimidate and assault them if they react to Doherty's harassment. The following release showed various other applications caused by Doherty.
Yeah. It's crazy how, like, such a simple concept is lost with so many people. You can't be going around.
You got the thing that came in. I don't want you to. Okay, well, you can stop, keep your head down and go to your room, bro.
Well, this was the first time Jack had faced this kind of legal trouble. The same couldn't be said.
No, I think absolutely it's not even a question. Like, if you did something like, have to go to jail. And also, by the way, keep in mind that the only reason that that guy isn't dead is because it's against the law. You really think touching and acting like that towards somebody wouldn't have them shoot you? No, if this was the Wild West, the dude would be fucking dead. So we have rules for this. And if we don't have rules, then they'd be fucking dead. Like, of course, we're checking it. Of course, yes.
Who had a quote history of assault and battery. Given the severity of the incident, the lawsuit would seek relief for damages and reimbursement for legal costs. Even though the case is still in court, the outcome of this lawsuit will encourage other victims of Jack's antics to come out with their own cases. Remember, Jack has spent the better part of last year terrorizing dozens of people for his streams, and any of them who decide to take things to court. Unfortunately, legal battles weren't the only thing Jack had to worry about. Around this time, a greater name than Lenny Miller published a video titled I Fought Jack Doherty, in which he confronted Jack over trash-talking him online.
As I told you guys, this is content for 13-year-olds. Because if I was 13, I would probably be watching this. Absolutely. Frame hot? Yeah, it's for middle school kids, right? I mean, that's the way it is.
Let's go.
Let's go. War is far from over.
You're the dumbest one.
Uh-oh.
Let's go. You had hella trash to talk on screen. Now let's go. You talk trash on screen. Let's go. Anything is funny, you won't say it to my face, but you'll say it on the
5'11" versus 6'4".
I don't want to give you a clip like you're trying to do right now. What do you mean?
As you'd imagine, Jack would only engage in the situation once he was a safe distance away and shielded by people around him.
Exactly, bro. Like, 100%. Let's be honest, bro. This guy would beat fucking shit out of him. It's not even a question. And also, keep in mind, he didn't. Like, you want to talk about, like, an easy, like, bro, like, it's... Yeah, this guy's like, yeah, he's not the... Yeah, he didn't do it.
Right now. But you won't box, that's what I'm saying.
See, even then, what are you thinking? somebody grabbing somebody like that?
But
This
can
guy's
you
like twice
repeat
your
your
size.
success?
Broccoli hair gathering?
Meeting day, more and more people were turning against Jack, and that trend would only continue as the inner circle of friends were about to expose his darkest secrets. On the 30th of March 2024, two former friends and a former employee of Jack collaborated on a video titled Jack Doherty Must Be Stopped, which was meant to highlight several concerning details about the kid's story.
For those of you guys that don't know, I'm Nicky, I'm Nick, and we actually met Jack Doherty back in 2017, right when we started popping off on YouTube. We started popping at the same time. We became friends. We actually filmed a decent amount of videos together, and we actually ended up moving in together in a house with all of us back in 2021. This is fine, He worked with Jack Doherty from 3 million subs all the way to 10 million subs.
In the video, the real alleged that Jake utilizes substances, surrounds himself with people who hate him, plays problems over misinformation.
Jack says that he's like all the time, but the only thing he thinks about is money and food. He says it literally to anybody new that comes into the house.
I could believe that. I feel like, like you told me that, and I'd say absolutely. It's not even a question.
He will make it known at some point. Everyone in the team will come to me on their own time and talk about how they hate Jack. They hate working with Jack. They want to pick something else, but they have no other options.
In addition to this, they've mentioned how Jack was promoting OF content to his young audience, like Hinge and otherwise.
Well, of course he did. I mean, like, again, duh. Well, I mean, this is, yeah, of course.
His primary main source of income is how he gets people in is by making these hard to watch fake or little skit videos for Instagram and TikTok.
Y'all ain't seen the Subway video yet? Have you guys seen this one? This is the new one. It's on social media. Like, damn, bro, you got the video all the time, right? And like, she turned 18 and she did this. No? Well, I guess I follow a lot of stuff because I get a lot of them. Like, I get probably 3 of them a day. And I only click on 2. And I do it. And it's super fucking common. And it's always these like meme accounts where it's like they post like a Minion meme, they post a meme of like, you know, this is like a content for Roblox, and then like the next post is like porn. So it's like, okay, you know, you have an audience of people average age is 14, and then you've got them looking at porn. Ooh. Ah, jeez. Post Goran fights follow now? Yeah, I guess so.
And if you're above the age of 10, you know that they're clearly fake.
How many buttons does it take to explode the world's largest crime mob?
Majority of his audience is younger kids. Just take a look at this video. These are fans coming up to him out in public.
I love how, like, everybody always tries to act like this isn't the case. Yep. That's right. Absolutely. 6th graders. Hey guys, listen. I was there. A lot of us were there. What are we gonna get around to make fun of an 11-year-old? Well, yeah, we could do that, but we're not gonna do that. Listen, we get into stupid shit too. Like, it's fine.
Look, he also has these girls in his videos that are all signed to his agency, and he takes the majority.
Oh yeah, this is one of the things that, like, it's really, really popular, and you get a crazy amount of money with this, is that a lot of guys get these girls, they're like OnlyFans managers. Now, there's another word for an OnlyFans manager. A what name slipback? I'm trying to, what was that? That's right.
Must prevail over death.
Yeah, there we go. And so you have you have teenage boys going out and pimping out these girls for OnlyFans to pre-teenage
is trying to get any people with money, a certain money on him and his bros.
Well, they are geared for those people, but at the end of the day, you're making content and you're selling them porn. That's what you're doing. It's obvious, everybody knows that's what's happening. Now, in my opinion, this is the worst part, because you can say any content is made for kids, and then you can just like tell people not to make that type of content. So the problem that I really have is the assault. It's like it's like
This is something that rubbed all of us around the world when we all lived together. We were going to the country and Jack was going to shop room. We would just open a box of food, eat, and then leave to open every box.
That's like savage behavior. Like, I'm getting shocked with like, okay, let's sneak someone on the right. It's like, this is a game we're playing with like security. But you're just like going into the food aisle and then eating. That's the attraction. It's not clever. It's just being a fucking it's a barbarian, yes. This is like if you thought it most dogs that are brought into Walmarts don't do
They also accused us of stealing products at the self-checkout terminal. We had like 5 things to check out. It would be a full grocery cart, and he would only steal one of the items out of the 5, and then he'd go to the next thing, one of them out of the 5, the next thing, one of them out of the 5. And just going on scamming these companies.
Even though they were criticizing,
I could easily see this happening. A lot of people do this.
Jack, for his wild lifestyle and degenerate antics, his former friends still wanted to help and see them through.
Yeah, stealing from the self-checkout line is like, okay, but opening up a bag of Cheetos, eating like a handful of Cheetos, and then just throwing the bag back on the shelf, that is barbarian, unwashed, fucking, like, savage behavior. You do not do that. Steal the bag from the self-checkout line like a normal person.
Was going down a path that people could see from the outside could lead to a bad outcome. Even Jake Paul recently was on the podcast with Jake Paul, and he pretty much said the same thing that Lizzie said about Jack Doherty. That Jack Doherty, he's going down this path, and Jack Doherty's mindset knows all this. He hears it, and he just hears it all as he's not taking it as not that people are going to help him.
By the 10th of April 2024, Jack would upload rather angry response to his former friends and deflect the criticism.
I'm tired of hypocrites. Everyone that has ever come after me has done everything I've done because they're fake. I cut them off months ago, and now they went to trying to going around and expose me because I won't fake. They're just for cloud, they're jealous.
In between all of this stuff,
you gotta admit, right? Because, like, I'm the kind of guy that I try to take everything on the internet like it's entertainment. And I see something like this, I think it's funny. I do. I think this kid's funny. And it's not funny as in, like, an I like him kind of way. It's funny as in, like, there's characters on TV shows that are really obnoxious, and they make the TV show more interesting. Yeah, it's fun.
Jack accused his haters of trying to be like him, but failing, and claimed he never did anything wrong.
Yeah,
There's nothing to expose. Everything I do is already out there. I'm not a bad person. If I did anything wrong, I would be in trouble, but I'm not because people like to twist, make it seem like what it's not because they just can't believe what I've accomplished, and they just want to say everything that's not true to cope with the fact that they're not at where I'm at. People try to.
I'm sorry, but I think this is so cool. I do. This is so funny. He is tired. Yes, it's so good. But he was like, Martin, what do you know?
The allegations made against Jack will only continue to increase, as another one of his former associates named Norway
Look at
made
it!
against
Oh
Jack
my god! Look at all that!
would only continue to increase, and another one of his former associates named Norway would accuse him of counting money.
Jack, I'm going to tell people she is anything, Jack. The coffee goes. I'm not supposed to Sophia says 16. That was the house. But everything back now. 4 days later, Jack is invited.
I always take all this stuff with a grain of salt. You think that's true? Talk to the fucking police. Yeah, like this is a serious accusation. Like, yeah, it involved the police. I just...
And his friends opened the house. And I also have messages of Sophie messaging me, Daddy, please forgive me, or Daddy, please come over. But I didn't really come over because you were down the road. And Jack, I messaged you, I told you to keep the house, and then you didn't do shit about it. You just ring me by. But yeah.
In his Twitter community, Jack would address the situation.
He switched up on me that fast.
Do not succumb to the chaos.
You know what the best thing about this is? How I just read it. At no point in time did he deny the fact that she's... Never says it. That's not even about it, bro.
With a tweet that read, I can't believe Norway was talking about us. Everything from that but genuinely cared about the people and did everything for us. It was still good. Everyone didn't realize this. I really had it.
Nothing about the girl at all.
Jack would defend himself by stating, that minor he said I had at my house.
Oh, you're right.
By him. And right when I found out, she got kicked out. She also had brought out having minors at my house. I never invite girls. I have a deal. But I too much believe in stupid stuff. No one wasn't here.
I mean, to be fair, I'll tell you, that probably is. But why you eat bags of tuna at Walmart when you have paper? It's like, that's crazy. Like, I'd say that's even dumber than the girl. Like, that's like you are, like, that's, bro, a dog doesn't do that. You can have, I've seen dogs at Walmart that don't do that. GTA, yeah, this is like Grand Theft Auto. It's hearsay though? Yeah, and to be fair, I think it's a good argument that like, yeah, I'm in this great position, why the fuck would I bring a minor to my house? I honestly think it's like an accusation that's that crazy, you know, extraordinary claims require extraordinary. This kid is always so funny.
Little girl, the night before their birthday, smashed by a $10,000 yacht every time. Wait. The night before their birthday, smashed by a $10,000 yacht every time. This is drunk and sign a contract, 50% of their life every single time. Fuck you.
Still, the kind of former friends and colleagues that keep rejecting.
So you just like spawn camping them? Like that's crazy. Like why would you like? I mean that's insane. Getting a 10K yacht because he's renting probably. Renting for 10K, yeah. Sure. Like a 10K rental fee, yeah. Absolutely.
Two quotes of minors extends all the way back to December 2023, when Natalie Reynolds made similar claims. That ran. Oh, by the way,
crazy fat lady downtown
The champion has fallen.
ran away as the police were coming to rescue the woman.
I fear this struggle may be as eternal
It's crazy
as
how like
I.
yeah. Internet content nowadays is so
choosing you for this mission.
It's really special, isn't it? Yeah, small world, I guess so.
Alas, a champion has fallen.
Giselle was 17 and Jack waited months for her birthday to go drunk and sign a contract on the yacht, as well as Jack Doherty and Kate on the take Jack as drunk and sign a contract on
turned 18 as an OnlyFans. Let me know what kind of content you guys want to see. This is like such a crazy accusation. Like I almost don't even want to talk about it or like make any assertions on this because like it's just like this is like actually like a jail, right? I mean, this is like a jail like do not pass go type situation. Like this is true. Like crazy bad.
as well as Jack Doherty and Kate on the takedown and then like Instagram denies those who can't make money on them and the blinding proof minors. While none of these allegations have been proven or disproven, it's clear that the people close to Jack Doherty are still turning against him, and the villain who he truly is in the numbers are growing. Even State Farm, the insurance company, wants nothing to do with him.
I didn't expect this one. State Farm?
According to a recent TMZ article, Jack attempted to use his renter's insurance to cover his ongoing lawsuits. However, State Farm claims it's gone outside his coverage and is appealing to the judge to exclude them from the case. From the look of things,
Whoa.
Jack is rapidly running out of allies.
An insurance company not wanting to have to pay out any money. Yeah, I would have never expected this. Which, to be fair, in this case, they're right.
And only time will tell how many he'll have left by the time the legal battles are over. In his early days, Jack assumed harassing and taking advantage of people to promote his content was a good long-term strategy, but sadly, he couldn't have been more wrong. The fake friends and bodyguards he used to hide behind are dropping like flies, and no one in the community is willing to stand by him. Right now, Jack is at a crossroads in his career. Either he owns up to his mistakes and cleans up the gigantic mess he made, or he remains the way he is now and continues to blame everyone but himself. With that being said, at least he's not losing as many subscribers as his self-help YouTube guru, who is currently facing one of the largest downfalls in YouTube history. Click the video on screen to find out why.
That's insane.
One thing I'll say.
Give me 1 second. I'll talk about
Jack
this for a
Doherty.
minute. I think that there is no way for this kid to repair his image. There's no light at the end of this tunnel. The only reason why he was popular is because he's making content for obnoxious teenage kids. And every year that you spend getting older is a year that 12-year-olds have a harder time relating to you. So the reality is that as he gets older, his career will naturally decrease because this type of content is appealing to really young kids. So then people, he'll age out, and I think he already has. There's going to be more people that, and I think also this is another problem, is that it's easy to do pranks and do goofy when you're really small in terms of like popularity, because people don't notice you or recognize you or have anything to do with you. But the problem is that as you get bigger and you're doing this, you have more to lose, and companies and people will be more willing to go after you. And so the type of content that goes around harassing people and being abusive, etc., this content doesn't it can't exist in the long term. It can only exist in like a really, really short period of time, and then it effectively burns out. And I don't think that he can really because the problem is that there's no other personality. Like there's a lot of like and they can transition to doing other kinds of content. But the problem is that this guy has nothing to show that he is anything more than obnoxious and losing. That's it. That's the only thing. Like for example, Aiden Ross, you might hate Aiden Ross, but I think he did a pretty damn good job of that interview with him. And he's been a leader for so long for success. This kid hasn't done anything. He hasn't done a single one of those things. He's just been a nothing. So that's it. The problem is that Logan Paul's content but it was never built around harassing. Like, I mean, to be fair, I mean, maybe you could say harassing, but it was never really built around, like, not to the same extent that this movie. And I think that's really where the difference is. You see kind of what I'm saying here? And also the and so you guys have disagree on that. He hasn't changed the number. I'll close it out. They got to beat the shit out of him after 3 seconds. Like, he didn't box anybody. Like, by the way, if you look at the video, there's never a single point where he's actually being called violent towards anyone. Like, he might walk towards somebody or go like this, but he, like, at no point did he ever touch it. Yeah. Using people to defend things like this, it benefits a company. Why do people think the Japanese force video was real? I'm not sure whether it was or not. That's not really the point that I'm making. All I'm saying is that it did a lot of other things that were not just uniquely described as like harassing strangers in public or performing crimes in public for a living. That is the problem. That's the reason why you have this constraint. And that's why it's hard to recover. It's that it's local, and that's the only reason why people watch you. And then you stop doing it. Well, then people are going to stop watching. It's pretty simple, actually.
Maybe the rest of you want to shoot faster.
So apparently Torrents have fallen off.
The world is cleansed
In
once
2006,
more.
70% of all internet traffic was quarantined. The primary way
70%? That's a lot.
people to pirate songs, movies, and video games. Yet today, it's barely a percentage of the internet. How did torrenting become so popular, and how did it die out?
I think that you also got to keep in mind that, like, he's measuring this by percentages, and there's more people on the internet in general, and so, you know, that's going to affect it. But we will get the rest of it.
In the late 90s, internet traffic was booming, as was internet speeds.
Yep.
Most users had left dial-up internet for broadband, moving from 50 kilobits per second to over 1 megabit per second, or...
It was crazy. Dude, I remember my dad, he got, I think it was called like Earthlink or something, and it was like websites would just pop. Boop, there it is. Boop, there it is. There it is. I remember, like, it's like I was driving a car at 200 miles an hour.
20 times the speed. This leap forward opened a world of possibilities.
What's up, fellow lords of gaming? Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to jump in. We're going to take a look at some of the updates and the hero balance adjustments for the game. I want to kind of give you guys the loops about those, and then we'll take a look at some of the new systems that they have in the game as well. Number one, Times Square is now a new thing inside the game, so you can load into this PvE specific environment as whomever you want to. So we can load in as Gambit, for instance. We can load as Gambit, and this is a completely free, like, PvE environment for you to load into. It's Times Square. I'm not exactly sure of the point of it. There's not really a whole lot in terms of, you can see who all the players that are in the lobbies and stuff like that. I don't know the whole reason for this, but you know, you can see people here are pretty excited about some things, and it's just kind of just a zone to just kind of relax and hang out in, I guess, you know, depending on what it is that you want to do. I don't see myself using this mode quite that as much as that, but hey, nonetheless, you know, you're there. You can see the hub menu is very simple, not a whole lot there. But if maybe you want to join the hub because you're looking for a 6-stack, or you know, looking for one, and you want to see if you get along with some people, I can see how that might work. We'll have to see ultimately how that pans out inside the game nonetheless. On top of this, we do have some additional customization. So now our home backgrounds can be rotated, and we can change those basically on the fly as you choose. So you can see it's added to the random equip list, and I can just basically add these and equip those and say, hey, yeah, you know, like, these are the screens that I want, and you know, put them in random rotation if that's something you wanted to. So just, you know, it's up to you whether or not you like how you do this or whatever, but I to be honest with you, I quite like it. So I don't mind this at all. I hope that they make this so that way as we get screens that it's more than just going to be the 6, but I like the added rotation of just having some of that individuality basically in the background of that. So good enough overall over there. So we'll have to see how that pans out. Next up, we do have some new effects inside of the game. So you see we got multiversal view just for changing your background. We got unlock all, love is the battlefield gallery cards, colorful words, use the texture emojis and stuff like that. And then we got some new ones obviously for Gambit inside the heroic journey, land 3 KOs with a single use of the Raging Royal Flush as Gambit assists Hawkeye in landing 1 KO. So that's there nonetheless, right? Outside of this, we had some new store items. Go check my previous videos and you can see what we have there going on. And then next up, what we want to do is we really want to take a look at these hero balance adjustments because there's quite a bit that's there inside of the game. So we want to take a look at these overall. So number one, starting off the bat with Angela. So Angela joins the game previous season, and I think she made a big impact on the flying meta, and you know, acted as a nail in the side of Ultron and Iron Man, which I thoroughly enjoyed in my opinion. It kept a lot of people busy because, you know, you have flying Spider-Man's all over the place, Venom, and I thought she was a great addition to the game. Took us a little while to master her, but essentially we got some changes to her abilities that are coming. So good stuff there, right? I'm not gonna complain. Number one, the biggest one is what they've done with Heaven's Retribution. So her ultimate ability is the health of that spear is now going from 600 to 800 health. Should make it harder for people to just take it down immediately off the rip. They also increased the movement speed on Assassin's Charge and the accelerated dash state from 16 to 18 milliseconds. I don't know, like I have to play with her to see exactly what that looks like. One of the bigger changes to the Vanguard class that's coming is in Captain America, and this is a bit of a kit rework if you really want to look at it that way. So inside of here, Freedom Charge, his ultimate ability, you're going to notice now that the allies are going to gain ultimate ability charge acceleration. So they did this on Gambit as well. His ultimate ability basically when cast is going to allow your allies ultimate ability to charge up faster if they're in proximity. This is really cool, and I think it should impact. It gives the Vanguard class some type of utility while also giving the strategist class a greater utility into what is really a strategist role instead of just being a support healer role. I like this addition and change overall. I think it's really good. I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out ultimately. We'll just have to wait and see. Next up, Groot is here for it, and so his abilities have also been changed as well. So the specific one here is the Ironwood Wall. So there's a new effect on here which is Unstoppable. So they're gonna, any enemy or ally that's within inside this area is going to gain the unstoppable status when they're within 15 minutes of an awakened Ironwood Wall. So Groot gains Unstoppable while near all Ironwood walls. So we'll have to see how this works out overall inside the game and how much of an impact it has. I'm looking forward to seeing what's up with that. Meanwhile, we get our boy Bruce Banner Hulk. He's get some additions, changes to his kits as well. So Gamma Burst, yep. So Gamma Burst now has the ability to reduce indestructible guard cooldowns upon hit. So this is pretty good overall. Like I'm not mad at this at all. I would like to see some additional changes to him. Like I want to see Hulk have like the ability to regen health the same way Wolverine does or something like that, because he does have a health regen pool. I think we having added some of that stuff to some of the characters would be really good. Magneto is also receiving some changes. Let's go into the Vanguards. This way it makes it a little bit easier. So Magneto, along with getting a new uniform, he's getting some changes to his abilities. So what they've essentially done is Metal Bulwark and Iron Bulwark, they used to share cooldowns. So what they've done now is they've split those apart. So activating one isn't going to send the other into cooldown. I like this overall because it gives a little bit more utility to his role where he's just not sat inside of here and you basically get one skill for the price of two essentially. That did make sense. However, the one thing that I'm upset about is that they reduced the Metal Bulwark and Iron Bulwark's shield values from 250 to 200. The shields don't last that long, so I didn't really find the need for them to do that, but Nevertheless, it is what it is. Somebody's shooting you. You essentially got a shield. That's the equivalency of having a strategist character standing in front of you and taking them hits. So overall, happy about that. Nonetheless, that they've made some changes. I still want him to basically receive some changes as well. Meanwhile, Penny Parker is probably going to get an effect on her abilities that I'm like really interested to see how it's going to change the landscape of the way the game works. So essentially what they've done here is allies who are inside of her spider webs, they're now going to receive the same healing over time and movement boost effects that she had. So movement boost for allies is 25%, healing is 15 per second, and the allies excess healing converts into bonus health up to 25. She was already a menace and people were banning her in writ large. Now she's gonna basically give everybody that same ability to basically heal. This is protection for the back line like no other. So here you go, you can see it, spider web snare. While in the spider web, Penny and allies gain healing over time and movement boost. Excess healing converts into bonus health. This should be really good. I'm dying to see how that works out. Really good updates there. The Thing is also getting some changes as well. So let's take a look at his abilities. So Embattled Leap, right? So what they've done with Embattled Leap now is when he jumps towards allies or jumps towards targets, he now grants a 20% damage reduction to all allies within the area of effect and 5 meters of his landing, and then reduce damage reductions itself from 25 to 20%. Okay, Battle Blitz, where he jumps towards, he's now going to add a vulnerability effect of 20% to all enemies within 5 meters of the landing point as well. So one of the things they did do though is they reduced Stonemaker's base damage from 90 to 55, and they removed the 50 bonus health that he gains during the ability activation. So the new effect, however, that they've given to this to mitigate that reduction is that deal the bonus damage equal to 8% of an enemy's max health per hit, and then gain bonus health equal to the damage dealt up to 100. So really good change there overall for Stonemaker. So we'll have to see how those adjustments change the landscape of the Vanguard class. As you can see, they've added more utility to the role. I'm hoping that this is going to inspire more people to get. I obviously play a lot of Vanguard. I just play a lot of Vanguard. Next up, we move over to the Duelist, and we start off with Hawkeye. So essentially, Hawkeye, his precision, and what they've done with him is very simple. Archer's Focus was his passive ability. What they did with this is the bonus damage from this has gone from 75 to 90. Very simple inside of here. You know, Clint didn't need very much at this point. I'm pretty sure other people would argue with me till they're blue in the face. Mr. Fantastic, however, reflexive rubber I love this. Reflexive rubber can now be used during inflated state after reaching 100 elasticity. They removed the 350 bonus health on entering the inflated state, and now he gains 350 maximum health and a one-time heal of 350, which is removed upon exiting the inflated state as well. Next up, we gotta take a look at the one, the only Jean Phoenix. Love this uniform better than I love her base uniform. At some point they got to change that damn thing because it is ugly as hell. But all they've done with her for her abilities is that Cosmic Flames, they've adjusted the fall off on this skill from 30 meters from 60% to 75%. So we'll have to see how much that affects her, but I don't think it's going to affect her too badly. Spider-Man, Peter Parker. I love that dude. At some point I'm gonna learn how to play him. It's just not in my cards. Everybody picks DPS, and at this point I don't like to fight over it, to be perfectly honest. But anyways, what they've done with him is Web Cluster. They reduced the energized time from 2.5 to 2 seconds. Cool, no problem there. His amazing combo, they've increased the damage from 60 to 70, so that should make him a little bit more. Now, there was other changes to him that were done as well, where they said they wanted to smooth out his animations and things like that to make it, you know, the combos feel a little bit more fluid. I'd have to rely on any Spider-Man players to basically realize what those things actually look like. All right. Now, our girl Squirrel Girl, I'm not exactly sure why, but she received a buff. I don't think this chick needed it, but anyways, what they did is Burst Acorn's damage has been increased from 100 to 110. The lethality was always there. I don't know that she necessarily needed it, to be perfectly honest. Storm is also getting some adjustments as well. Essentially, weather control. They've done this. The boost for Thunder's damage for weather's control is now going to go for allies from 10 to 12%. So nice little boost. And then the Goddess boost as well, that has gone up from 12 to 15% to allies as well. So we'll have to see how that plays out. I like the character a lot. I haven't gotten a lot of chances to play as her. She is definitely on the top of my list for characters in the DPS pool that I want to play as. Next up, we got to look at Frankencastle, right? So Frankencastle, they've done a little bit with him here, where essentially, since he's no longer going to be inside the team up bonus, he's going to gain some raw power. Essentially everything, they do this all the time, where everything that they did now comes back that was there from the bonus. So his base health is going from 275 to 300, and they adjusted Adjudication's maximum fall off at 40 meters from 70 to 85%. And then they increased the pellets fired per deliverance from 14 to 16. So, you know, not bad adjustments there overall. We'll have to see. Wolverine's next up in the list, and he's received some changes as well. So essentially on his abilities, what we have is Savage Claw, his base ability. They increased the percentage damage for each point of rage from 0.045 to 0.057. So it doesn't necessarily seem like it's significant until you're just getting savage clawed by this dude to death, right? Meanwhile, the Vicious Rampage, they've done the same. So they increased the percentage points from rage as well for that one. And then the Feral Leap, they decreased the cooldown from 15 seconds to 12 seconds. I think this all was like, some of these things were there already before. We'll have to see how it looks ultimately in the game. I don't play him. I don't really intend on playing him, to be perfectly honest either. Next up, we got to take a look at our strategist, because there's been some changes here as well. So Adam Warlock, he's getting new Magus uniform, and I'm happy about that new Magus uniform, and it's free inside the battle pass. So really cool look for him. I just wish to God they got rid of his staff. So first off the bat, Soul Flight. Excuse me, they increased the Soul Flight speed from 6 meters per second to 12 meters per second. And then Karmic Revival, his ultimate ability, they reduced the cost, energy cost from 4,700 to 4,500. And then they increased the ally detection of that ability as well from 30 to 35 meters. Pretty cool. I like the increase on the range. I wish they would have just put it at 40 meters, but they tested out. If you still haven't figured out and you're still trying to wonder why you're not necessarily playing as good characters, I got some videos coming out about that range and the adjustment inside, understanding where you're playing within the range inside these teams. Anyways, but we'll go past that. Next up, our boy, you can see like I've got the most hours in Cloak and Dagger, and I'm here for it. So they basically upgraded Cloak and Dagger by just increasing their base health from 250 to 275. Make full use and advantage of that. Hopefully we're not dying within 2 hits anymore. We'll have to see how it pans out ultimately. Invisible Woman, she's got some upgrades as well. So they increase orb projection, the hit damage from 25 to 30, the projectile's maximum range from 30 to 35, and the speed from 120 to 150. I like the idea of that. It just makes her a little bit quicker on getting those items out, getting her hits out the door. They also increase force physics length from 30 to 35 meters. So now we're in a lot more effective range for that. Guardian Shield has received a really nice bonus here. So essentially this has a new effect. So if no Guardian Shield is present and you press the recall button, recall key, it now deploys the shield in front of Invisible Woman. I love that. I love it. I love it. I like it a lot. So let's take a look at Loki. He's next up on the list. He's got some changes, probably not enough in my opinion. I really want to level him up. He's one of my favorite characters. Not in the game, but outside of the game, inside the comics. So they increased his base health, gave him more survivability, so he's going from 250 to 275 as well. And then they adjusted Mystical Missile, so the damage fall off from at 3 meters is going to go from 50 to 80%. And then it also now has a new effect. So you can see here, it now heals now heals directly hit allies for an extra 10 health. So I feel like this is just a change from what they originally did by nerfing somewhat of his heal effect, and now they've given it back. We'll have to see how that looks like overall. Rocket Raccoon is next up. So his abilities inside here, be right back. guess what? They reduced the cooldown from 45 to 40 seconds. I like this. It's gonna make him make his utility as a strategist even more that important, because you're gonna be looking at this rocket on the field and thinking, hey, I just killed this guy, but guess what? They're right back. They increased the repair mode as well. So in repair mode, the maximum count is going to from 5 to 7, and then the projectile speed of it is going from 60 to 80 meters per second. They also increased the bombard mode, the projectile speed from 150 to 180. So a lot of rounds downrange on that one if you are able to do that. Last but not least, what we want to check out is the team ups that they've added inside of this update, because they're probably pretty important to understand. So essentially, some of the new team ups that they've got is Blade of Khonshu. That's joining the game, and we have this right here. So this is a team up between Moon Knight and Blade, and you can see here essentially, as Moon Knight's going to serve as the anchor, so he gains a 5% boost to his damage output. Dude didn't really need it, but Blade, he gets a new effect with called Eclipse Edge. So you can see when he affects this, he does Ancestral Sword and the ability to team up with him. It's just going to turn into more slashes essentially. At the end of the slash, you see you got 4 additional slices basically between them, and it bounces forth between enemies. I think this is going to be really cool for crowd control, especially if you can get to the back line, because you're going to have triple strategists in the back row, and Blade can disrupt all of that with this Billy just bouncing off the back. So we'll have to see how that looks like overall. Next up, guys, we got to take a look at Explosive Entanglement, right? So Explosive Entanglement is the new team up with our new team up character, where you essentially got Magneto and Gambit inside of here. So Gambit serves as the anchor for this. As a team up anchor, Gambit gets a 5% increase in his healing effects. I don't see a reason why we're not going to see this team up a lot at play. There's going to be a lot of people playing as Magneto no matter what, and Gambit as a strategist, especially if the heals are on point, should really make a difference. So Magneto is going to get the ability where his Royal Blade is going to be imbued with the cards from Gambit, and basically get that out there. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the visual on it more than anything else. Next up, we got to take a look at Sword of Duality, and that is with Cloak and Dagger and Hawkeye. This one doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but Cloak and Dagger is basically the anchor for the team. Hawkeye is going to get the Moonlit Slash. So essentially, you can see the katana comes out, and it basically, you know, it's like a wipe effect. I don't know. It's a decent enough ability. I don't know what this team up is. I feel like this needs to be adjusted. There's not enough information here on exactly how this is working. We're not really seeing that Cloak and Dagger is getting the bonus that they should from having a team up. So it's just like you just put something in there just for Hawkeye to basically have another off-used ability. It is what it is. I guess it is what it is. You know what I mean? Primal Flame has been adjusted. So now we got Black Widow. She's going to be joining inside Primal Flame, and essentially what they've done with this is she's got the Phoenix Force empowered bullets inside of here, and you can see that when they explode, what she'll be able to do is just heal allies in the blast radius. This is what I mean by it seems like they're testing out the abilities to not put the heal inside the strategist class so much, and I would like to see this continue, because like I said, playing strategist just feels really off, because all you feel like you're doing is healing, so nobody wants to play that. And there are ways for you to incorporate healing like abilities that could change the landscape of battle with other characters and give other characters type utility presence inside the game, and it makes a whole lot of sense if you ask me, but we'll have to see how that ultimately pans out. Some of the ones that have been removed and retired, you can see here, Operation Microchip no longer in the game, and then Lunar Force is no longer in the game. Mental projection that is still inside the game, but Magneto has essentially been removed from there, so it's just Emma and Psylocke inside of that tree now. So just look at that one for Rose. That's everything in the patch notes for the balance adjustments inside the game. Let me know what you guys think about these balance adjustments and how they affect the heroes that you play. I'm really excited about some of these. I'm definitely excited about playing Gambit. I'm probably going to stream quite a bit tomorrow. If you guys jump on, join me over on Twitch or YouTube, where I'll be streaming. Until next time, guys, peace.
in the fifth.
Lead them to
This one.
the cars as they your game.
They have my GoPro. We just have Gambit here. Move the way.
Baby
Someone's up top. See him. Yep.
I'm going behind them. I'm gonna get time.
Now you do the same for me, Wee. Lucky draw.
What? Did not hit him at all? The fuck? That's weird. I'll stay card.
Yep.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
I'm
This
still.
is going to come into the cart.
Let's hope those goats are ready to go.
Unlucky for you.
Enemy ahead.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Stupid Shaq. Cap on me. Beat him up.
Cap 1 HP.
This is how you push on a Wi-Fi. Can we get rid of it?
Try my best.
I'm feeling in my factory.
That body block is crazy.
I'm taking them Gambit.
Dude, I've missed every single F so far. Can't hit him.
Oh, a little lethal body block by two ginormous men.
There's a Gambit behind us,
Beautiful.
Let's make our way to the harbor.
guys. Guys, there's a Gambit behind us. I'm gonna take care of him, please. Thank you so much.
Together to victory. I feel like myself again.
Gambit first.
Yes.
Can we Gambit on cloud, please? Thank you so much.
Feeling fantastic.
Like not setting in like a straight line here.
I'm suspicion on that.
That might be it.
That hit the spot.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Nice.
Tough.
Somebody tell Six Seven to pick up the pace. Gambit got your back. Kelso, no. Sorry, soldier.
What the fuck? Ow.
I got you, Bulgur. I got you. We're just still cap on point. Very good point.
Enjoyed that a little too much.
I'm keeping you guys alive, don't worry. Cap one.
Gambit got your back.
Look at this on point.
Magneto showing the kids how it's done. Got good.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Level mana.
Oh, Rustler Burger. Pick it up, boy.
Just who Gambit was looking for.
What is this now?
That hit.
What? Doing a low ending.
A helping hand.
You can't cap both.
Together to victory.
Got me good.
Look at the fifth.
Lead them to
This one.
Make the cars to say your game.
They have my GoPro. We just have Gambit here. Move the way.
Baby home.
Get down a little. I'm cool.
Not dead. How bad? Ogre, don't die. What's a live over?
In this slow. No way.
Maximum pulse.
That's a Reaver bank. That's fine, I'm just Reaver.
Iron Fist is insanely good against him as well.
We almost out of time, isn't he?
Go bubble. Going with the cap. Yeah, go for it.
To victory.
I'd long.
Point.
His Iron Fist, man.
Yep. Still there.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
This is what I expect.
One hopper.
This is your
Well.
No. Oh, my bad. I'm getting kind of cooked here.
I'm dead.
Nice, let's go. I have invisible.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm with my guild also.
I'm almost back. They have the support. There we go.
Magneto show.
Iron Fist is above still. Here. Oh.
Big.
Nice, let's go.
He hits those.
Ow.
If you keep me up, I get old. Keep me up.
Meet me on point, meet me on point, meet me on point if you want to do it. I'm running around it, running around it, running around it.
Alright.
I almost have been disabled.
That hit the spot. I got point.
Dude, she backed up so far to the point where I could not hit her anymore.
Oh my god, pulled off, I'm not sure.
It's the longest fight ever. I'm almost back.
Oh my god. What a grab. I literally was about to dash out of there.
Assemble!
Get this end.
Zip line.
I got point. I got point still. I got point still. You guys can leave point and go and support. You can leave go and support if you want. I got point.
I ulted nobody!
I got point. You can leave point and go for support if you want. I got point.
There's no support. There's no support.
There's no support.
Yo, you got point.
Oh my god.
The current score is 3-2-0.
That might unironically be the longest fight I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like, not even kidding. What the hell?
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Am I glad I brought along an extra deck of cards?
Let me know, bro. Let me know.
They're hitting real hard. Back in the fight. Just the boost I need.
Are you sure? I'm sure about that.
Feeling fantastic.
No way.
Back low.
might actually have to be a heal kit in this game. Uh-oh. But I can't see anybody here. Let's go. It's all good.
Help me! Help me! Help me!
Also loud.
Hey, why you don't shout, bro?
I understand.
Fuck you!
The vibes.
Yo, fuck the game.
See?
Good time now. Time to die. Yo, can I get? Yo.
Yeah. You stop running like a beater.
He's spawning camp. He's an old spawn, by the way.
That hit the spot.
Yo, unlucky bro. TP.
I almost have ult here, by the way.
Okay.
Am I about to recontest?
Yeah, I'm TPing.
Oh my god, your ult, my ult.
No. We definitely use it.
Maybe cars this ain't your game.
What about baby?
Laissez le bon temps brûler.
No, it's not, because I'm fucking ass at this character, no.
Wait now.
I'm fucking 60 FPS. Recently, too.
God, this is way too much damage here against this. I'm leaving.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Maybe somebody comes over here. Jeff, please come. Come here, Jeff.
Better stop that vehicle.
Lucky draw. Just the boost I need. Got the good. Together to victory.
Disappear. I am Phoenix.
Gambit first.
Yep.
Small sport. Kill him. Oh! Get out of dead, but...
I'm dead, bro. There's two in the back. Yeah.
Should have put you down long ago, Eric. Unlucky you.
I don't think we can catch that guy. Oh.
He stopped them in their tracks.
On your toes. Here they come. That's the boost I need. A helping hand.
Shields up.
We'll find it in plain sight, don't worry.
Maximum hold. Is out of your league. I want to fall.
Only 60 seconds left.
Ooh-wee. That hit the spot.
He stopped them in their tracks.
They're punching.
You got punched.
I got fucking punched, bro.
Use the Emma Diamond. I'm going with Game Ball. Get it?
No, I'm 93. I think it's fine enough. I don't need to use it. We use mine first, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, legs. What's up, bro? What are you saying about the spot?
What spot?
I'm so happy we got on VP and the guy went Rocket Raccoon.
I'm on 60 FPS, Craggy.
Got a better PC.
I'm full.
Got a job
Too
done.
many Russell burgers. What can I say?
Get a job done, Terrell.
I do have a job.
Get another one.
I get two.
I just don't want to spend money on PC. I got fucking mortgage, house, wife, kids. Like, what do you
You
want?
don't have a house, you don't have a mortgage, you don't have a wife, you don't have fucking kids, bro. Why are you playing this game? We'll take care of your kids. What's your wife's name?
3, 2,
What? Anya.
Anya? What's your children's
Anya.
names?
You got Clem and you got Elio.
And you're making shit up. Lock.
epic victory.
No, that's funny. Well, 4 support ults, by the way.
Good at his fucking ass.
Oh my lord. I'm not a farming here. Sup? Bruh.
Resting digging in me, bro.
I'm here with you.
Lagging. I am.
What is that comp?
I think we just keep walking high ground here. Go for the back line.
I did not mean to do that.
25.
This noob.
I'm going for slime. I'm going aggro. Good enough.
Wait, what did I do? One side, just press.
Now you do the same for me, will you?
They're all ended. That's all you.
I can't. They're just dealing each other like fucking free.
Oh my.
And I'm fucking dead, bro.
Doing so much.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
Eating.
kill.
Have ult.
Old farmer.
I'm back, by the way.
How much?
Oh, it's infected twist too.
Oh, it's this
Or maybe
thing.
it's a Luna. Luna first. Whatever, bro. Use whatever the fuck
Can you go first, like?
Yeah, I'm
Wait. No.
Come with me. Oh, damn it. I got David. I got Brian, so there's no one ult up. One ult.
Oh my.
Running, resting.
Yes, another one!
Thank you.
Got it.
Oh,
Tough.
how am I supposed to kill him?
Double KO. The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Cheese is better. Cheese. Wakanda's BBC. What the fuck? What is this lobby, man?
Yeah, I'll leave a shield here.
Dunk punch.
Oh, Andrew's dead.
Nah, I'm just chilling.
That's free though.
I lied.
Oh my god, I didn't have shields.
Yes, ow.
Bro, how boring is Moon Knight? How
Okay,
boring
bro.
is this character?
I need a man. Or I'm not playing Venom.
Oh.
Eagle, man.
Back out.
0 damage.
Pull up with Destiny and Android arguing now.
Fucking Gambit. Gambit.
So low.
I'm switching.
Are we still?
Go Hella,
Yes.
you know? Yeah, I'm doing Hella. No, she's fucking banned. I'm going Star-Lord. Guys, we have to play together. Why are we split?
Because they have Moon Knights.
Judge, jury, executioner! For mutant kind! Never fall!
Put it in fucking ass.
Oh my lord. I'm kind of farming here. So. Oh.
What support tools did they use? They used
Everything.
Index.
Except for their Gambit.
Actually, I have 3
Everything but Gambit.
No, like every time I have to reload, you just die.
Bro, I got blown to bitty boys.
How did they get rid of Moon Knight? I'm TPing.
They did not use Gambit?
They have not used Gambit. Not from what I know.
I'm TPing on the game.
Just one.
Can you... I have my ult. Here is the damage boost here. I'm gonna... Wanna go back on me?
The moon haunts you!
I love this game.
Oh.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Destiny 1 and 4. Why ja.
That's crazy. Yep. No heals.
You're just bad. You're just terrible at the game, bro. Look at that. Everybody's doing well except for you. Like, dude, it's. Hmm?
Well, I can leave then. Okay.
Oh, like the proof is right there. Proof is right there.
Yo.
Oh, the blonde is talking, bro.
Just the boost I need.
Yo, I'm going in, guys. Yes,
My PC.
Actual no frames. Max on, please.
I'm actually on 40.
No lamp. No lamp.
Judge, jury, executioner!
That's a good fight.
8 stack. What the fuck is that imbecile? Just chill. Actually, this guy covered.
Goodbye, Maxon. You're so dead.
How does she have damage from again?
Your powers are
Only 60 seconds left.
just gotta get to Avengers Tower. Trade by side. Now you do the same for me, Wee. Just the boost I needed.
Is Stassi doing so good today? Aw.
They don't have support tools, guys.
Anyone willing to help?
Can you bubble me here so I can go early?
The moon haunts you.
I got fucking grabbed. Goodbye, guys.
And Andrew's racing.
You have no support tools. Just smash this Q and weapon them, no? I'm not TPing, by the way. I'm saving.
You actually grabbed that. Sick.
We might have close now.
Where the fuck is Inez?
Hey, shit.
Tough.
Oh my god, thank you,
Score
Zenny.
is 3, 2, 0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
Oh my god.
I will need bubbles, by the way.
What the fuck? Okay.
Feeling fantastic.
That was that hook. Yeah, what a fucking idiot. That's it.
Should have kept that long good soul. C'est la vie.
What the fuck?
I think Moonlight is in.
I'm going down.
I hear someone.
Oh, wait. I need to ask streamer what a B-up spot is there.
The moon haunts you.
Hold on, Michael.
Mike's chilling. He's chilling.
Just the boost I needed.
Let me know if you have bubble. Yeah, go now.
Never fall.
I'm gonna hold on.
Yes.
Pick up your toys, Moonlight.
Can you damage this? I'm gonna hold this off. Can we walk? Yeah.
I'm set again. Okay.
Go out. Nah, I'm getting out.
Armed and dangerous. Never fall.
Go in. Walk. Big damage.
Oh, my BC.
Double KO.
Jeez. Oh, what a beautiful character this is.
Can I carry this? Yeah. You got this, Annie. I believe in you.
I don't love Gambit so much.
That hit the spot.
That might just drop Adam.
Not Destiny.
Nope.
Can you bubble me?
We are undefeatable.
The moon.
Stop. Oh, I did not have my ship. Maybe. Oh, I should have TP'd. Actually, nah, I wouldn't have made it.
He's one.
I'm stuck.
I got it.
I'm stuck. I'm too fat.
I can go for my E here. Actually, I can't.
You're stuck.
Yeah, bubble.
Oh my.
Yo, guys,
Wait up.
Do they have all three?
Yes.
I'm gonna hold that for Gambit though. 3, 2, 1.
I'm dead.
So am I. Max and run. Get out of here.
It's fine. You
Yeah.
back in this bucket for that.
You can use Mantis.
Okay,
Yeah,
so.
we have Mantis. Yeah,
Oh.
we have Mantis.
That's so awkward.
Or actually like Mantis, I mean Bucky Gambit.
Yeah, we can just
Come
do
on,
that.
Brian.